episode of my vlog. Today I'm going to be doing a challenge. The challenge is cooking a Sunday roast dinner without an oven. This could go horribly right or horribly wrong. And either way, you're going to be along for the journey, so if it goes wrong, you'll all get to see it, and if it goes right, you'll all get to see it. So everyone's a winner, apart from us as a family if it goes wrong, because then we're just like not going to eat for the evening, so. Okay, so the reason behind this challenge that I am partaking in right now is my eldest son loves a roast dinner. He loves a roast dinner. He has done since he was like a teeny tiny baby, and I used to blend it up and puree it. And anyway, long story short, this is obviously a new home of mine, and since we've moved in, we haven't had an oven yet. I know what you're all thinking. Why haven't you? It's a long story that I'm going to explain in a later vlog, but basically it involves like hacking out a unit and other fun stuff like that. So for now, until me and my husband kind of like get to grips with what we're actually going to do to install our oven, we've been using other different things around the house to cook with. And while it has been testing at times, it has actually been really fun. And it turns out I don't even miss having an oven because this stuff cooks almost everything that I've got. So I said to my son, I'm going to try and make you a roast dinner without an oven. And he was like, okay, Mum, do it. That's your challenge for the day. So I'm like, never one to turn down a challenge. That's why we're here. That's how this came about. And now we're going to start the prep for the challenge. In order to do this challenge, I am going to be using a griddle and an air fryer. Now, it turns out with an air fryer, you can actually cook most things. So if you're watching in the States, I think you guys call this like a pot roast. Leave a comment in the comments below if I'm wrong, and if I am wrong, I'm so sorry. But it's kind of like, in the UK, our roast dinner is kind of like some sort of meat, vegetables, and roast potatoes. Normally, that's what it consists of. So, I'm actually going to be using chicken in this, and I've got like a small roast chicken, and it's going to go in here for about 70 minutes. I'm going to cook it for. So I'm going to get started on that now, and I'm going to like salt and pepper it and like season it up, but I'm going to need to do it so I don't actually have to touch the carcass, because I don't like touching raw chicken. So that's going to be fun. First thing I need to do is place the chicken in the air fryer. So a really good way to do this without actually having to touch the chicken is use the knife, and you can then just put it in. Anyway, you can go ahead and pop the chicken into the air fryer, and then in a second, oh, it's not turning round the right way. There we go. Okay. And now you can go and season it. So, my mum always taught me to use like a chicken stock cube to just sprinkle onto the chicken itself. It just gives it like a chicken flavour, I guess. It just makes it more like flavoursome. So I'm going to do that. You can just crush it. And you want to pour some olive oil on it as well first, on top of the chicken, just because that's what you're supposed to do. So, put the olive oil on first. I mean, I'm not going to be too generous here because remember, this isn't an oven. So I've literally put maybe a tablespoon onto the chicken, and then you can get your oxo cube that you've crushed up, and then just sprinkle that on, like so. And I mean, at this point, if you don't mind like actually touching the meat, then you can go ahead and rub it in, but I'm not going to do that. And then just put a tiny bit of salt as well on top, and then some pepper. And then it is going to go in the air fryer on a 180. So to turn it on. And it's going to go on for 70 minutes. This only goes up to 60. So as the timer goes down, I'm going to then add more minutes on. So my temperature's already set to 180 and I'm going to just click go. And that is going to start cooking the main part of our Sunday roast dinner. Okay, the next step here is to do the potatoes. So for these, we're just going to peel them and then I'm going to leave them to soak in some water, and then once I'm ready to do them, I'm then going to put them in the air fryer. I can't put them in there yet though because our chicken is still simmering away in there. It is cooking along nicely and praise the Lord, it's actually panning out alright, but I'll show you guys once it's done. So literally you just want to peel all of your potatoes and then place them in to the pot, and I'm assuming that's going to like absorb some water so they don't go really like, do you know, dry, I guess. And sorry, I'm trying to concentrate because I'm literally standing here like, not being funny, if I hack my finger off, all for the sake of the challenge, like, A, my son will be devastated, / he'll think it's really funny, but also we'll have to end film. So, I'm just really nervous. I'm gonna swipe my thumb off. My husband did this once when he opened up a tin of mustard and he used a knife and like he ended up like severing his finger off. It's really bad. Our chicken is finally done. In between, I have been cracking on with my housework, so now I can get to doing the potatoes. So they're already sitting in my cold water. So this is what the chicken is currently saying. Not much, but don't worry about the top bits here. This is obviously just the skin, which is going to give the flavour, and it just peels off. So you need to remove the chicken, which is what I'm going to do now. There we go. And you can place that on a plate, and I'm just going to show you quickly. That's all the like fat and oil from the chicken. So as you can see, that's a lot of like oil and grease there, quite frankly. So I'm going to put that into a different container right now, and then I'm going to place the potatoes in here and we are going to cook those next. And it's looking like this challenge, I might well just do it, you know. I mean, we'll see how the potatoes come out and the stuffing, and the final thing I need to do as well is the Yorkshire puddings. Now I'm cooking these from scratch, so I've got to make the batter mix, and those are one thing that I am nervous about. So if this air fryer cooks those, then literally my son is going to be like, Mum, you're the best, and I'm going to be like, okay, keep your own tidy now, thank you. So we'll go to the next step now. Okay, so the potatoes have been soaking in water. I read up on this before. I don't need to actually pre-cook these. So you know, like if you're putting them in an oven, you boil them slightly on the hob. I don't need to do this with these. They can go from the water into the air fryer. And these babies, they better crisp up like my usual roast potatoes do, or I'm going to be super disappointed. Now, I'm just going to spray the potatoes with just some Fry Light. This is the olive oil one, just because that's the one that I get, but you might have different variations and stuff, so use whatever you would use at home. I'm sure you could probably put some sort of, I know some people like to cook their potatoes in like goose fat and stuff. I don't see why you couldn't. It's just actually getting it onto the potatoes though to coat them. That's the only problem. So that is now sprayed on, and I'm going to put these in for about 30 minutes now, and then I'm going to just keep checking back on them. And while those are cooking, I am going to make up the Yorkshire pudding mix. and the stuffing balls, and I'm going to pull out the cauliflower cheese and the broccoli, and we'll see how that pans out as well. But first, I'm going to cook the potatoes. Right, the potatoes are now done. So I'm going to take these out. This is currently what they are looking like. They look so good. These literally have come out even better than actually when I do cook them in my oven, and they've taken less time, because if you think about it, when you do it in the oven, you always have to pre-boil them, and that's so annoying. So actually, even when we do get our oven, I probably will actually use this to do the potatoes anyhow. But that's what they're looking like. So I'm going to transfer those into a bowl. And fear not, those of you that are thinking, oh no, but they're going to be eating cold food. Don't worry, because towards the end of it, what I'm going to do is give it another quick blast in the air fryer. This gets super hot really, really quickly. That's all I need to do, and then it will be piping hot. But so far, I've managed to do the roast chicken and the potatoes, and they've turned out absolutely A-OK. They could be part of the A-team. In the griddle, we have the pigs in blankets cooking. For those of you that don't know, they're obviously just sausages wrapped in bacon, which I love, because it's who wants a blanket made of bacon? No one, unless you're Lady Gaga. But they're called pigs in blankets, that's what they are called. So they are cooking in the griddle. While they are cooking, I am going to press on and make the batter mix for the Yorkshire puddings. They're going to be going into a foil tin, so they're not going to be traditional round shape. They're going to be more of a rectangle, but it's fine, this is a challenge. So I never said that the shapes are going to be the same. I really am not Einstein. I can't magic a circular shape, and if I put the batter mix in the air fryer the way it is, it's just going to sink through the holes, and then we're just going to have a big hot mess on our hands. So I'm going to crack on now and do the Yorkshire pudding mix. Okay, so for my Yorkshire puddings, this is such an easy recipe, I'm literally going to be using 1 egg, which is going to go in there. Oh, I hate the slime of an egg. Okay, and then we're then going to use, I need to wash my hands. And then 4 tablespoons of plain flour. And then 4 tablespoons of milk. And then 4 tablespoons of water as well, which I'm going to get now. And then you just want to whisk it up, and this is going to be my batter mix for the Yorkshire puddings. Now, the only things that I could find to put the Yorkshire pudding mix in are these takeaway containers. You can get them from the dollar stores or the pound stores. That's where I got these from. And you need to put some oil in the bottom first, so I'm going to do that now. And that needs to get hot. So I'm going to put it in the air fryer for about 5 minutes, because it does get hot really quickly. And then I'm going to pour the batter mix into the container, and then the container's going to go in the air fryer, and we should have really nice risen Yorkshire puddings. I mean, if we don't, then that's going to be a shame, but we're just going to roll with it. Remember, this is a challenge, so challenges aren't supposed to be easy. rattling because of the air, because it's an air fryer. Do you think it's okay? Oh no. Okay, I'm just going to turn the fan on. Don't do that because where it's so light, it's like being sucked up into like the heating element. So don't do that. I'm going to try a different way around this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just put the mix into the tin and then see if that's heavy enough to weigh it down. I mean, I really hope it does, because otherwise we're going to have... I'm really scared to do this now, because I feel like this is going to just ruin my air fryer. Okay, let's try it. That's quite heavy now. So let's do it that way. Let's see if this works. It's not moving. It's fine. So do it that way instead. Don't bother heating up the oil first. Put some more... It's not saying anything anymore. I think I might have broken it. I'm joking. It's okay, my husband checked it for me, it isn't broken, I just didn't switch it on, that's all. So it's fine. The Yorkshire pudding's cooking now, so like this challenge is getting like really tense. It's like being part of the crystal maze, but I feel like I'm gonna pull through it. I reckon it's gonna come together nicely. That's gonna be on now for 15 minutes. We're gonna check back in a second, and now I'm gonna make stuffing. Oh, thank God it wasn't broken. Right, guys, I just want to show you this. Despite my earlier blip, and that was totally my fault, my bad, don't put anything lightweight in an air fryer. It is air, I should have known this. It's going to be like, you know, putting a paper bag outside when there's a hurricane. It's going to sweep the paper bag away, isn't it? So don't put anything light in there. However, this has been in for literally no time. Look at that Yorkshire pudding. Now, I get it. It's not a traditional shape. It's not circular, but that is just... They could come up better than when I put them in my oven. I mean, that may be due to my Yorkshire pudding recipe, because it is fail-safe, but still, this has cooked them so well. I'm literally buzzing for this. So excited, and I'm so glad my air fryer didn't break, because I don't know where I'd be right now. Right, I've got some stuff in here and a glass of red wine, just because like the impact of potentially breaking my air fryer earlier, I felt like I needed one. So I'll just put that to the side for now. I've made some stuffing. This is just from a packet. And again, I'm just gonna put these in the metal containers. This is gonna be fine because it's heavy, so it's fine. This can go in the air fryer as well. And I feel like we are really on the home stretch now. All I need to do next is put in the cauliflower cheese and the broccoli cheese, and our roast dinner is gonna be done. I mean, I swear to God, I haven't put any baking powder or bicarb soda in there. That has risen all by itself, and due to the like powers of the air fryer, that is like, I mean, I might enter it in the competition. You know, like these competitions they do, you know, like they do like bake-offs and stuff. I might do like a Yorkshire pudding, like, thing where I can go along and I'll literally like rock up with my sort of air fryer like, oh hi guys, hi, it's only me, I'm making Yorkshire puddings, and then I'll pull out like my metal trays and like everyone will be like, why is she here doing that? And I'll be like, tell me now sister, tell me now I'm not good at a Yorkshire pudding. I can't believe it, it's actually worked. 3 remaining elements I'm going to go on and cook now. First of all, I'm going to put the stuffing in, which I've already placed within the container here. And do you know what I am really loving about this? There's hardly been any washing up. So, you know, what it's like when you do a roast dinner, well, at my house anyway, in my old house, there would be like the Yorkshire pudding trays, and then the tray that the roast chicken went in, and then the tray that the potatoes went on, and that is so hard to get clean, like, because it really sticks. Whereas this, I've literally just got the one basket that I need to clean out once all of this is done, and that is an absolute bonus. So I'm going to put the stuffing on for 15 minutes on a 180. And it might not take as long as that because the air fryer is cooking everything super duper quickly. Like, before I get a chance to make my next like dish, I'm like, oh no, the previous one's done. My pigs in blankets are on a super low heat on the griddle, so they're coming along nicely. They look fine, and I'm literally winning right now. Like, my son's gonna come down and I'm gonna be like, there's your challenge complete. Checkmate. These are how my final elements to the Sunday roast challenge without a cooker have turned out, and it's safe to say I've won the challenge. So I'm gonna let my son know and revel in all my glory, because like, I think it's well deserved. And actually, this has actually been really good for me, because I feel like I never thought, I genuinely mean this, when I started this I thought, this is not going to work. And I know we had a little blip along the way, but that was my fault. But I have done a whole roast dinner in an air fryer and in the griddle. The pigs in blankets, they are fine, they're just staying heated. I'm going to heat up the potatoes again in this. They will literally need a couple of minutes just to blast through, and they will be super hot. The Yorkshire puddings, I'm going to blast those through again, and then I've obviously got gravy and stuff. I didn't bother showing you that because it's not part of the no cooker challenge. You can make that without a cooker because you do it either via the kettle or on a hob. And before I go, I just wanted to do quickly, before I forget, a shout out. The first person is my gorgeous Laurie. She asked me on Facebook a little while ago to do this, and here it is now, my darling. Mwah. And also to Scott. So there are your shout outs. And I will see you all again next time on Hayley's Help. Today I am going to be cleaning out the hot tub. Unfortunately, that was quite a short flight to Boston, but I done it, hurrah. Shaky little meerkats looking at you with these like big bulbous eyes like, I'm so cold. It was like just a big hot mass of like, it looked like Shrek's swamp. Passports, and then you need to get holiday clothes, and then you need to pay for like 5 airplane tickets. 2 weeks in Spain is looking like £5,000. But anyway, that's a different story. Why is the air not coming out of this? Like, you can find most things on YouTube. Apparently not, because I mean, I'm probably going to look really stupid now, and everyone's going to be like, it's a question we've all been asking for many years, and I finally brought it to YouTube. Oh great, I've got like a whole chlorine bath going on over my own lawn. This is the Hayley's Help channel, not David Attenborough's channel. I don't know the technical term for it.